Well, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jason Levine, and thank you so much for joining me here on Adobe Live for the Friday Video Masterclass, Video Audio Masterclass, where today we're going to be doing we're back to Premiere Pro Basics Part 7, and we're going to be focusing on some basic techniques, and this will be sort of a multi-part of the audio mixing, sweetening part. Audio basics for mixing dialogue for picture, for video. And going back to a classic piece of footage that I've used here on the stream many, many times. But we're going to take it really from the entire process of kind of revealing what's there, what we're given as editors, and then kind of where do we start, and really just kind of going along the way and going through the whole process here and showing you some common things, and also showcasing a couple of things that I may not use, but just kind of giving you little tips and tricks of other options that you may have when you're kind of presented with this big audio raw mix, you know, like all things, like that blank canvas in Photoshop. Where do you start? Well, when you got a gazillion audio clips in your timeline, where do you start, right? So that's what we're going to do today. As always, of course, we are coming to you live across Adobe Live, Behance, and Twitter as well. So if you want to follow the live chat, you can follow me over here at b.net/Adobe Live. If you're watching on my channel, I'll go back there at the end to answer your questions. So until then, of course, you can just catch me at the live link that I just mentioned. As always, a couple of quick shout outs here. We've got Cody, great to see you, and Paul, Yarchik, Steve, and Rick, and Umacorn, Jasmine Johnson, Amri. Oh, Paul's still here. What's going on? And Tim and Mohammed. Great to see you all. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to Premiere here, and let's see if we can get this going on. And it's worth pointing out, after last week, I did a full system update of everything, and so far it's looking okay. Although I see we've dropped a couple of frames. Not super happy about that. Also got some telemarketers calling me. Forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so here we are in Premiere, and this is a project that we've shown before called See We're Round, directed by Oren Brimmer. You can find this short film on Vimeo. I highly recommend checking it out. It's really fun. It's a short film, very, very funny. The actors are great, and the director himself, Oren Brimmer, is actually in it. You'll see he's actually the patron that we're going to see in a moment here. And so this is essentially an unmixed version of this particular scene. And there's been some basic stuff going on here in that you've got all of your dialogue, lots of different tracks of dialogue. Some of these have already been merged and combined. Some of this was live on-set sound. Some of these clips, which we probably won't get to today, later in the timeline, were ADR. So these were replaced bits of dialogue, likely because the on-set capture either just wasn't good or noisy, or there was a clink or a bang or a boom or something happened on set. You'll hear just how noisy the set is in some of these clips, again, untreated. And then we've got a series of different sound design tracks in here, along with some music, along with some comps of other things, along with tracks of just the room tone. So this is really kind of the raw, let's begin kind of messing around with this part of the session. And we're going to focus on about the first 45 seconds or so, which involves just two people talking, and again, a lot of the background and ambient sound. But as you're going to hear, there are quite a lot of just things happening on these individual tracks. So to give you the cleanest mix of this, I'm real quickly just going to turn off my noise reduction here. So bear with me for a sec while I get rid of that. All right, hopefully this doesn't throw things out of sync. I don't think it does. And I'm going to put on headphones so I can hear this better myself. All right. Hey, Taria, what's happening? Anthony, how are you? Great to see you. Okay. And yes, I was just checking the camera to make sure I looked fine in my headphones before I played back. Don't want to get too excited. Okay. All right, so let's take a listen to this as it is. And what you're going to see here too is I've only got about 6 tracks playing. So track 1 over here, By the way, again, now I've labeled some of these after the fact. When these were originally given to me, they weren't. We talk about this all the time. You just saw Paul. Name your layers, name your tracks. Really, help everybody. So track 1 here is the patron. Track 2, there's a second track where I think I moved some things back to track 1, but patron 2, same guy. Bartender on track 5. And then for us today, got the bar sound design sound effects on 13, some alternate sound effects on 15, some additional sound effects on 16, and then music on 17, okay? So just a couple of tracks playing, and all the other stuff is sort of combined versions of other things, and again, maybe it's other versions of the merged tracks. This is really, you know, it's a mess when you start. So let's take a listen and see what we've got going on in this 45 seconds. Here we go. I'm actually gonna pull this up like this too. I know this isn't happening a second time. This is not happening a second time. What could be causing this? I mean, I think my brain might explode. You are kidding me, right? Yeah. Let's just do this. Let's just see. Hold on, checking everything here. 48K, all good. Synced across the other machine. Everything should be fine. And it's not. This is just weird. This is like the second time this has happened, and it's something is going on live here, which is preventing me from playing this smoothly. So we're gonna have to wait a sec. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Let's do this. Let's just save and come back since it's been open. That can't be it, but I'm gonna close that for just a sec. Open it back up. While I'm at it, I'm gonna open up Audition too. Some fonts missing here, not worried about that. Okay, there we go. Now we're fine. I mean, what was happening though? So weird. Okay. Take 2, friends. Look at that. Didn't even know expletives, or muted expletives for a change. Progress. Oh, you're absolutely kidding me, man. Something is happening. All right, let me launch Audition. Let's see if this. I mean, I'm at a loss. Just open up a file here. Let's see if this is playing back nicely. Learn to swear like Popeye. You're in the right stream for that. No, but you know I never really say the actual words. It's always kind of nonsense. Let's see if this is even. Okay, let's open a session here. Let's go into 2021 and random exports. No. Old new projects. No. Oh, for heaven's sake, I just need an audio file. Please. None of these are good. Just need something. Fine. Hi, it's Jason Levine. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Sorry for those of you watching on my channel. I don't know what's happening, so I'm gonna try and kill one of these browsers because something is pulling some resource, and I don't know what it is. So apologies, Anthony and Creators MCM. I'm going to ask you to please join me over at behance.net/Adobe Live. All right, to continue watching, and I'm going to kill the stream here. And we'll see if that makes any difference. We shall see. Probably not now. From Adobe. Here's what you missed this week on Adobe Live. Okay. That's a good sign. So that played back. Let's go to Premiere again. And I'm going to switch back over for y'all so you can see the screen. And let's play it now. Okay. Let's see if it maintains.
Hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay.
Great. I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you
Oh, okay. You know, I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Okay, I'll take a shot of Fireball.
Perfect.
Okay. Success, friends. Safari. Something, I don't know. It's never been an issue before. Something is using it's pulling some sound resource or something and causing that weirdness that we heard last time. But it's gone now, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right. So as you heard there, lots of stuff going on, varying levels of dialogue, and really so that we can begin, I was letting you hear it with sort of all the background and ambient sound and sound effects. Let's go ahead and mute those. Or in fact, here, I'm just going to pull the faders down. I've already got other stuff muted. All right, so that we can just hear the dialogue by itself. And where the first clip actually comes in is right around here. All right. Oh, and in fact, I'm also going to just place a limiter on here. This is purely to amplify for the stream. Actually, I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use a Waves one. Just so it's a little bit louder so that you're not losing any of the subtle nuanced changes that I'll make. I love to just use a... the LL Ultra Maximizer for this. Let's do -2. I should do -1.8. Shaping is fine. Let's do a 1 millisecond release. And threshold of 10, that might be fine. Wideband arc. Okay.
Hi. Yeah, hi.
There we go. Okay. So take a listen now, and you're going to hear that there's a ton of background noise in these, on-set captures.
Hi. Yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay.
Great. I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
And some more than others. In this particular one, obviously, again, not the original live take, probably a second take.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it.
Oh, okay. I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you.
Okay. So, as we listen, overall volume levels are fairly similar, fairly consistent. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. How you know that, this was actually captured on set is when you see our patron kind of walk into the scene and say, I'd like a drink, whatever. You can hear as he's sort of approaching what is likely the boom mic, right? Because it gradually increases in amplitude. You're actually hearing him kind of come on axis. Take a listen again.
Hi. Yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Right? It's nice because you've even though it's in mono, you do perceive, you hear him sort of approaching and coming closer to camera, right? Closer to the bar. So when we apply things like compression and stuff, we're not going to lose that feeling. We're just going to amplify it and push it a bit more forward. But we want to maintain that natural motion, natural movement. This is a good example of, you know, if you were to recapture this with ADR, with dialogue replacement, a little bit more challenging, unless the actor did that and kind of walked and approached the microphone. A lot of times, you know, they're just going to be giving the lines while watching. You're not going to have that same effect. So this is how you know that this is the sort of the original take, and it works.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink.
Right? And by the way, that's the director right there. That guy. Okay, so now because he's essentially isolated all on track 1 here, and again, now these are not my tracks. I typically label everything, color everything based on different labels for each different person so that I can just visually identify who's doing what when. But there's obviously a lot of sort of continuous noise on all of his tracks. Same with the bartender as well. So we could do a number of things here. Now, if your dialogue levels are all over the place, and I'm pointing this out, okay? You've seen me talk about this before. You've seen me do this before. One of the things that you can do is you can use Essential Sound, and you could do something like an auto match to automatically essentially level the average broadcast loudness of all of your dialogue. Now, somebody just asked me a question about this the other day, and let me just show you how you go about doing that. So again, for those of you who are unfamiliar here, let me just zoom in so I can kind of get the full picture of all of this. Let's zoom in a little bit here. And then if I were to just say select all of these clips, these are all dialogue here, okay? With all of those selected, over in Essential Sound, I can now choose dialogue. Now we're going to be doing most of this processing the old school manual way, but I want to just start by showing you this one process, okay? I'm going to tag all of this media as dialogue. And when you do that, again, you've seen it on stream here, it's going to give you now, you know, a whole series of basically one-click fixes that you would commonly use for dialogue, including things like repair and stuff. Maybe we'll use some of this if needed. But what I was just mentioning here was loudness auto matching. Now here's the thing. This is going to match your clips to an average loudness of -23 LUFS, loudness units relative to full scale. Now, that is a fairly conservative level, meaning that unless your dialogue was recorded really, really hot or really, really quiet, it shouldn't really affect the dynamics all that much at -23 LUFS, okay? That being said, it's very possible that, you know, when using auto match here to make everything conform to -23 LUFS, that A, some limiting may need to be applied, or B, because some dialogue was super, super low, right, below, you know, let's say out of the range of -23 LUFS, maybe it's averaging around -30, which is very, very quiet. In amplifying it, you're also going to amplify all of that onset noise, which just means that you're going to have to treat things individually anyway later on, okay? So just be aware that if you use loudness auto matching for dialogue, especially if it's like on-set dialogue, again, it's going to match to a level of -23. This should not greatly or really almost in any way affect the dynamic range of the original audio of that voice recording. But as just mentioned, there are situations where it could affect that, okay? It absolutely could. So just be mindful of that if you're going to run this process. Now, if you do it, it's a single click, it does everything for you, and then again, just the average loudness of all of that dialogue is approximately the same. But when we've already got all this noise and stuff on there, I don't think we need to do that just yet. I don't think we need to do it at all. I think we can handle what we need to do manually, okay? All right, so we're first going to start by tackling, you know, you want to do these one at a time. I get asked this a lot too. You know, if you have multiple bits of dialogue, if you have multiple speakers, are you trying to match one against the other? What are you doing? You really need to work them one at a time, you know? Figure out where you want to get to. In this case, I just want to denoise everything. I'm not worried about levels right now. I just want to eliminate as much noise as I can and see if I can do that globally or if I have to treat things individually. So the first part of that process is just going to be soloing this first track with our first patron here. All right, and just hearing what's going on.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
All right, so you kind of get a sense of that.
I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
Okay.
I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it.
Okay. Now, again, we could use some of the effects in Essential Sound if we want to do that. We can also apply effects directly inside of the audio track mixer. Now, because the nature of these noises are essentially the same, I could in fact do it here. All right. So that's an easier fix. Maybe I want to have a little more control. Again, if I'm tackling this manually, I'm going to show you the old school way today. That's what I would do. So coming over to our track 1 insert here, I'm going to come up to the first, by the way, this may be twirled up. So if you go into the audio track mixer in Premiere, you're going to pay attention to this little white triangle in the upper left corner. Twirl that down. Here's our effects inserts, okay? Which means that we send the original signal directly to whatever effect we implement there, and then it returns that signal after the effect is processed right back to the track as expected, okay? So we're going to insert some noise reduction here, a little denoise, okay? And this is the new denoiser that was introduced a couple of years ago. All right, double click on it to bring up the effects UI. And this is where, you know, we may want to look at these processing focus curves. Now, I've talked about these a lot. Some of the options here are whether or not we're going to try and, you know, again, denoise more in the sort of lower frequency range, which there's a lot of that low end hum and rumble. It's just a very loud, it sounds like there was like a huge HVAC system or something going while they were filming, which seems odd, but having just been on set where they turned off the AC to record, it gets very, very hot, and I was only shooting for a couple of minutes, so maybe they left it on. Again, this is why we do a lot of dialogue replacement in film and movies. So we can focus on lower frequencies, not a lot of like high-end kind of stuff, so we wouldn't use this. This is low and high. This is mid. Yes, there's mid-range noise, but it's probably going to be sort of an all frequency or just lower, and we'll see artifact-wise which one works or sounds better. Now, when applying something like this noise reduction here, remember too that they are in an environment. So we don't have to necessarily remove all of that noise to the point where it starts to get artifacted and sounds, yeah, like it was done in a vocal booth. We can leave a little bit of it on there because we're already going to put back in bar sound, you know, random Foley, glasses clinking, you know, with any good film, even those body movements, you know, the movement of your shirt and things, you know, these things all make noise. That stuff gets added back in too. So it's okay if it's not completely sanitized of all noise, but you just want to be mindful and you want to really pay attention and listen to what it's doing. And this is where a good pair of speakers truly comes in handy, as well as you know, just having the ability to monitor on a good set of headphones or something that you can rely on. So let's take a listen here. Again, we've just got a couple clips of him talking. And in fact, here, maybe I'll loop.
Hi, yeah, hi.
I'm going to loop this section. So let's do the in here.
Like an elderberry liqueur. I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it.
All right. I'm going to go to the in to out right there. All right. And you can see it's already on at about 40%. So let's start playing around with this slider and see what it's at. First, let's just turn it off. All right, and play.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please. I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
All right. So you can hear right there, it was already kind of affecting some of those mid frequencies. So let's try the low processing focus. This is really intense noise, by the way. So we may need to go to Audition to fix this, but let's see.
I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it. Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
That's not bad.
I'd like an elderberry liqueur. I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it. Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
All right. So we're kind of we're right on the edge, right? We're letting a little bit of the noise still peek through. I just increased it to around 63%. Let's see what that sounds like.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Way better. That was the magic number right there. So here's before.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
All right.
Yeah, hi, yeah.
And here's the after.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
All right. Nice. Starting to sound good. Let's go to the next little clip right here.
I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
Not bad.
I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it.
Okay. Now, again, on this particular clip, I'm hearing almost like a little less. It sounds like it's denoised more because perhaps in this moment, that noise wasn't as accentuated. But overall, this does a pretty good job of kind of cleaning all that up. Now, if I go to this other piece right here.
Thank you.
Good. All right. And where were we? I think we were right about here. Oh, and that was just room tone. Again, doesn't need to be, this doesn't even need to be on right there. All right. So just to start, right, already, now his dialogue is way cleaner.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Nice. Okay. So step one, we're not going to worry about EQ just yet. Let's now go to the bartender and let's work on her dialogue with denoising. All right. Now, again, common question is, do you denoise first? Do you EQ first? Do you compress first? What do you do? In the case of something like this, where obviously the director wants to use the onset sound, you've got to denoise first. You want to be careful. By the way, this is all non-destructive, so we can always adjust this and make changes. Maybe we have to add more noise reduction after the fact. Maybe we'll add some gating if necessary. We may do some of that later. In fact, maybe I'll show you kind of what the gate does, and then we can try adding noise reduction as well. There's an order of operations to all these things. There's no absolute, but in general, if you've got really noisy tracks that you're trying to preserve, you don't want to EQ or compress them because then you're equalizing and compressing all of that noise too. You need to kind of attenuate some of that first to get it into a state to be able to decide this dialogue is clean enough or it's good enough. Maybe we do need to replace it, right? These are the kind of questions you should be asking yourself, okay? You're saying render it out. No. No render. Keeping it live all the time. All right. David, we're going to get to background music in here. You wish Premiere Pro would have the audio remix option. Oh, do you? Well, stay tuned. Not today, but you know, very soon. That just might happen. It just might. Okay. So let's unsolo him. Let's solo the bartender. And for her, we're going to use this little section right here.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
Now, this noise is really intense.
Oh, okay. You know, I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you.
All right. So loud.
Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Okay, now as I'm seeing though, it looks like the original audio engineer did in fact, let me make this a little bigger. They did in fact adjust the on-clip gain. So we're gonna bring that back down. Let's say around one, it's hard to tell if these are exact here. What is this one at? Yeah, 2. Sorry, we'll bring this to 2. And bring this to 2. Yeah, they had increased it almost, it more than doubled it there. So, all right. So now this should be a little more consistent.
So let me just check on that for you. Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Okay. So at this point now, same thing, right? Now we could do the noise reduction on an individual clip basis, right? So that would be using as a clip effect, right? But we're adding it to the track because the track noise reduction is going to, one, use less resources, one noise reduction for everything on that track. But it also assumes that the noise is fairly consistent, somewhat the same. Okay, it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but it's just the idea that if there's significant differences or significant changes in that, you're ultimately going to want to probably do it on a clip-by-clip basis, or keep the ones that are the same on one track and then the ones that are different on another track. You want them to be consistent, though. You want the noises to be consistent. If noise reduction has to figure out totally different noises among different clips, the results might get weird. This all sounds pretty similar. Let me just verify this one section here, because again, I'm seeing now they also increase the amplitude of this one clip. Let's take a listen.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, that's like really, really loud. So again, we'll just bring this back down to 2, and then we'll handle the rest once we get in there. So let's go ahead and add our denoiser. All right. And, you know, we went with the, did we go with the bass process curve? We did, right? Yeah. So I'm going to do the same thing. I could have saved a preset and make it easier on myself. Let's see how that 63% value sounds on this particular one. Let's take a listen.
okay. Oh, actually, we don't have that.
Okay. So already you're hearing that it's a little artifacted. Now this noise is extreme, so we're going to have to make a little bit of a sacrifice here, but let's take a listen.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
Now here, in this case, using the all frequency curve actually almost sounded less artifacted and a little bit cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's not bad.
Oh, okay. You know, I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you.
Just a little of that percolating in the background.
Yeah, no, we don't have it.
All right. Let's try this other one more time to see if, make sure I'm not just giving myself some weird placebo effect feeling.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other.
Oh, actually, we don't have that. Oh, actually, we don't have that.
Yeah, the all frequencies is better for this one, okay? So really important to audition the different processing curves. And again, you're going, yeah, but how do I know where the noise is? What's the noise that I'm dealing with? Well, first of all, this graph is showing you that you got a lot of low end noise here, okay? If you saw stuff percolating up here, this would tell you that you'd have high end and hiss and other frequencies. But this is showing you all the noise is contained in lower frequencies, but it does extend up to around 3K. So in that case, even though we don't want to denoise frequencies where there isn't any, 8K, 10K, 15K, etc., the all frequencies curve, in this case, for this particular voice, just worked better. All right, so one is using the bass processing, this one's using all frequency processing. So now that we have the two, let's unsolo and let's play these two back together and hear what that all sounds like.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay.
I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
He has a great. I think it's on that track.
Okay.
Great. I'd like an elderberry.
Yeah. Now you see what I'm saying? So that great one line right there, that's probably ADR. Let me solo that. That's what I did patron to.
Great.
Oh, and it is. It even says ADR. Okay? So just that one word.
Great.
Now, what's significant is if when we bring the great back in and then it segues to his next track right there.
Great. I'd like an elderberry liqueur. Great. I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
It's pretty consistent, pretty similar. Now again, it's almost sounding a little artifacted here. I'm gonna back this off just a little bit. Let's try around 53%. Again, now we're bringing more noise back in, but when it transitions, it was sounding a little twinkly.
I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay.
Great. I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
Yeah, all right, increase it just a little bit more. What's SFX pack are you using? So I'm not using any sound effects pack. Actually, I don't even know what you're referring to there, David. The sound design here was created by some, I don't know what sound effects or sound design they used. Maybe they captured them live. Likely it's from some library. If you're talking about the actual effects here themselves, these are native effects. And what I put on the master fader, that was a third-party waves effect for increasing the amplitude. Okay. Creators MCM, what's up? Okay. All right. So now we've got those pieces together in there. So now this is what I like to do. Once I've got my dialogue essentially treated. Now, again, the dynamics are fairly consistent, okay? At this point, I would do one of two things. I would either compress each track individually, or I could group all the dialogue and then compress it all at once. Typically, I'm gonna do a combination of both, all right? And the reason for that is because, again, the noise characteristics and the background noise that remains might be a little different, okay? And case in point, I want to come back to our bartender here, all right? And just showcase just another option. Let's go into her denoise. Yeah, we'll keep it on for right now. I'm gonna come in here and add the dynamics effect, okay? Now, this is something that you can use particularly, again, if you've got on-location sound, you've denoised it, so there's a little bit of it in there, but you really want to kind of eliminate it and really isolate and focus on just when the person is talking. You can use the dynamics effect, which acts as a combination gate, compressor, and limiter to compress if you want to, but also add additional noise gating, all right? Now, again, this may be too aggressive with the noise reduction on there, so let's take a listen and see what that's going to sound like. All right, you can see why I like to label these things too. It really drives me crazy when I can't see where all the dialogue begins. All right.
Okay.
Great. I'd like an
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so if we turn the noise reduction off here, I'm going to turn on the noise gate first.
Okay.
I need to back up.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Turn this hold up.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We want it to close
Yeah.
faster.
Okay.
Setting our
Yeah.
threshold.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you're hearing how a gate is a window. So we're using a very fast attack here so that the window opens immediately when she starts talking based on that threshold, which in this case is minus 32 dB. It opens, okay, and then you kind of hear this little fade out, right? That is a combination of the release time and the hold time here, okay? If we want to speed that up, we can back these off even more, all right? So if we were to wind this back again.
Okay.
Right? Clean it up. Now, if we come back, and now we turn the noise reduction back on.
Okay.
If you notice now, it's very tight. So you're barely getting any of that background noise. It's still there underneath her when she's talking, but because of that quick opening of the window, closing of the window, i.e. the gate, we're eliminating even more of it, all right? So we're really isolating the dialogue.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
Okay.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
All right. Now, again, you might say, oh, that's a little aggressive. Let's turn the gate off and hear what that little bit sounds like without it.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
Okay. So again, this might be an example of maybe do we want to gate it? Do we want it so isolated and clean? Are we missing that little that she did there? We may need to adjust the threshold accordingly.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
Yeah, we kind of miss her little mouth glottal sound. But I don't know. I don't know if that's, let's see.
Oh, actually, we don't.
You can't actually see her doing it on camera, so it doesn't really matter. All right.
Oh, actually, we don't have that. Oh, okay. I've only been working here for 5 years.
Okay, that sounds really nice. Let's turn the gate off and hear what it sounds like without.
Oh, okay. I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you.
Right. And then there's this whole period where we're just hearing background noise.
Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Okay. Turn the gate back on. We're not going to hear any of that background noise.
Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Okay. And we just hear her very clean, isolated voice.
What you want? Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Okay. Versus.
What you want? Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Now, again, if we want to make sure that we get a bit more of that breath, we can adjust the threshold so that it kicks in a little bit earlier.
What you want? Yeah, no, we don't. What you want? Yeah, no, we don't.
Let's see more.
What you want? Yeah, no, we don't have it. What you want? Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Cutting a little close there. Come on now.
What you want? Yeah, no, we want. Yeah, no, we don't have it. What you want? Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Okay. And we may have brought back some of that other breathing as well.
Oh, okay. I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you. Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Okay. So we got the little breath in there. It's still super clean, isolated. And again, if at this point we want to actually add some dynamic compression to this to even it out overall, we can use the compressor right here too, okay? So for something like this, again, the dynamics are fairly consistent. We just want to make it slightly more consistent. So I probably would use a ratio no more than 3:1, all right? Attack time, let's do like a 3 millisecond. It's probably actually more of like 9 millisecond attack. Okay, and then we'll do a 100 millisecond release. Might be a little long, but we'll see. And then we'll just have to gauge the threshold as we're listening, all right? I'm gonna watch our gain reduction here and see if we're hitting at least 3 decibels of gain reduction on the meter. Then we know that the threshold is set properly.
Oh, okay. I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you.
Okay. So again, she's not like loud and crazy dynamic. So at this -20 threshold setting, we're kicking it in. It's not compressing the whole time. It's only compressing when she gets a little excitable, but it's keeping the overall dynamics even. Now, if we want to give it some additional boost to kind of make up the gain there, we can add a little bit of that back in. If we drop the threshold, we're going to be compressing more. Let's see how that works, how that sounds.
Oh, okay. I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you.
All right, sounding pretty good.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
Okay. I like it. Okay. So using a combination of auto gating and compression via the dynamics effect, okay? Really nice. Same thing for our patron, we would do the same thing with him. Take a listen there. All right.
Hi. Yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Did we turn off his noise reduction?
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please. Hi, yeah,
What just happened?
yeah, hi. Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please. I'd like an elderberry liqueur. I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it.
Am I having an aneurysm, or am I hearing noise come through? I'm not going crazy, right? Okay, let's. Nah.
Hi, yeah, hi.
Okay, and it's back.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay. What?
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please. Yeah, hi, yeah. Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay.
Great. I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it.
Okay. That's very interesting that we're hearing like multiple bits of noise.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
I mean, did I just stumble upon some weird bug, or am I losing it?
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay. I'm gonna need one pretty soon.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay.
All right, now everything's back to normal. Okay, so now that that's done, sheesh. Let's create the subgroup while we're at it, because we are gonna bust these two together ultimately. All right, so this is where we're going to use the effects sends. All right, and we're going to create a stereo submix. Now again, the purpose of this is really for later, but this is going to allow us to bus all dialogue to a single fader so that again, in the end, once we have all the different characters' dialogue treated, we can then globally apply processes to all of them at the same time. So whereas like I compressed her, I'm not going to compress his voice. We're going to bring them in together. Again, we can also kind of adjust where they are in the stereo field, but then apply a global compression to just sort of further glue things together and keep the dynamics very consistent and to push things forward. So we're going to do that via a stereo submix. So I'll create that here. All right. We're just going to place it down on the bottom of the track here, bottom of the mixer. So we'll call this dialogue. Use a US spelling here. All right, and you can see that it's going to the dialogue submix. All right, for our patron. I almost said Patreon. Same here. We're going to come to our bartender dialogue. Patron 2. It's our little ADR insert. In fact, I'm going to rename this. This is ADR. All right. And then you can, again, you see here, once you do that, it's like, well, how much volume do you want to send to it? The reason it's asking that is because you have the option here to send things pre-fader or post-fader. Now, if I wanted to still have original control of effects and balances for each of these individual voice tracks, I would do it pre-fader, which means that whatever I send, so if I send, all the volume of this to that submix, I still have control, okay? Because I'm sending it before the fader. So I basically have two places to control it. If, however, I want really for that grouped fader to be the be all end all, and effectively that's what I'd want to do. Then I want to send things post fader. And that's actually what I want to do, because all the effects, all of the positioning, panning and things that I'm ultimately going to do when I kind of finesse this, I want all of that to carry over to that fader. All right. So that would be sending it post fader. So that's why it's asking you what volume level do you want, because ultimately this is where you can kind of balance out how much is going there. So I might send everything at a level of, say, -2, something like that, okay? You see it, volume and balancing. So you can also adjust panning to that submix, okay? Again, this is just kind of laying the groundwork for what we would ultimately do later. And then once we have everything subgrouped over here, all right. There's that noise coming back again.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay.
Great. I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it.
Oh, okay. I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna do a 3 millisecond. Let's do 59.
Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Okay.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
See, there's the noise reduction's on, and then 2 seconds ago it wasn't on. Now it's on again. Now it's off.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like...
Here's my intense eye face. What is happening? Looks like I found a little bug. Okay, but as you saw there, I was adding global compression to everything. So again, now we can kind of control the volume balance and the dynamics simultaneously. Okay, this is also where if we wanted to add additional ambience, oh sorry, gosh, why is this not switching over? If we wanted to add additional ambience, we can do this here as well, right? So a lot of times, particularly if you're going to be panning and moving things around. So let's actually do that. Let's balance the patron guy. He's kind of a little over to the right. I'll do the same over here. 22% right. Bartender, we'll put her just slightly left of center, okay? It's more than I wanted, maybe around, yeah, -6 or so. Okay, that's good. Come back over to here. Let's add a little studio reverb. And again, this is not something you necessarily have to add, but if you wanted to add a little ambience, remember we've got that ADR clip there, it's very dry. So now we're using a little bit of room ambience to kind of put everybody back into an environment, not echoey, not super loud, but just again, ambient. We can do that using this dialogue submix. And especially once everything is compressed, because now the dynamics are even, and now we're going to put them both back into the same environment.
To get a drink, please.
Okay.
Great. I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
Oh,
Okay, so
actually,
this
we
is
don't
dry.
have that.
I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it.
Oh, okay. I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you.
All right. Again, just a little bit of ambience, a little bit of space. It also masks any of the potential noise reduction artifacts. So now, if we were to come over and bring back those other effects, that's weird. These aren't even muted. Why am I not hearing all of that? Oh, something is really going on here.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay.
Like an elderberry liqueur.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Dummy. I put the faders at 0 or negative infinity. My mistake. That's my user error. Okay, all back in now.
Hi, yeah, hi. I'd like to get a drink, please.
Okay.
Great. I'd like an elderberry liqueur.
Oh, actually, we don't have that.
I've been here before, and I've definitely had it here, so you have it.
Oh, okay. You know, I've only been working here for 5 years, so let me just check on that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, we don't have it.
All right. Sounding pretty awesome. Okay. So a couple of quick things. Again, first, we identified volume levels. Then we denoised. Then we compressed and or gated. Then we subgrouped, recompressed, and added a little bit of ambience to put everyone back in the environment. And then when we add back in the actual sound design, it sounds real. That's where we're going to leave it today. We've got the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge coming up next. So until then, have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you again next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.